Win rate of 50%, and I'm still red on the day. What happened? Well, we're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about some of the mistakes I made, and I even caught a dumber mistake just now when I was going over my trades. Learning in public is really hard, you guys. But anyway, we're going to go through my trades and see what mistakes I made, and hopefully I won't make them again, and hopefully you won't make them because you'll watch me make them. All right, so let us get into the trades. We're going to go through them one by one and find out why am I red. First trade, flat top breakout on PMAX. I was risking 10 cents a share, okay? And this was a good trade, okay? I was looking for a breakout over this level here, okay? I got in and I saw that the price was hesitating. And then I said, oh, I should try to get out at break even. And then I saw it wasn't hitting break even. I saw that the price was not moving up and I just got out. Okay. And I literally got out right before my stop at $9.99. So I don't see anything wrong with this trade. I think this was a good trade. Okay. And so that was good. Okay. Second trade, TRAW. This one was a bull flag pullback. Okay, on the 1 minute chart. Let's take a look. And of course, I feel so stupid because if you go back and watch the live stream, I was like, oh, I was taking on more risk than 1% of my account, but I was adding an extra zero, so I put $170. The math doesn't even make sense. That would be if I was trading 1,000 shares. So dumb. So my risk was $17. I feel really dumb. If you go back to watch the live stream, you're going to be like, can this woman even do algebra? But sometimes there's just so much happening, your brain gets overloaded. So that's what happened on that. But anyway, I saw the first indicator, okay? I didn't reset my stop to break even. I saw the price hesitate and I just got out. Okay. So this is where I went wrong. It's not something that will prevent me from scaling up, but I should have reset my stop to break even and then looked for a second exit indicator. And I think I would have seen 20 cents a share in profit. So I left profit on the table. Okay. I just got out after the first indicator. So that was my first problem. That was one of my first mistakes that I made. Okay. Now my second, and that was green. My third trade, which was also on TRAW, I was risking $10 because I'm risking 10 cents a share on the flat top breakout. Okay. And here I thought it was forming a flat top here. I was looking for it to go over this level here. I got in a little bit late, but I saw that the price hesitated. I did reset my stop to break even, and then I saw that the price really didn't move up, so I got out on the second indicator. This is, again, huge progress because even though last week was my week to work on exit indicators, of course I'm continuing to work on it, even though my goal this week is stops, because they go hand in hand, right? Fixing my stop violations means having better exit indicators. So they do go hand in hand. And so this was good practice. And I got out and it was a small green trade and I consider that a success. Okay, now this is my second big mistake of the day. And I'm going to be honest, we're going to actually find out here in the recap if it was a mistake or not. Okay, I think it was a mistake. But I saw big sellers on the ask. I was looking for a flat top breakout. Now, I think maybe the first thing would be that the pattern wasn't really solid. I was looking for a flat top breakout over this level. It kind of dropped down a little bit. It looked more like a pullback, a bull flag pullback than anything else. But the volume pulled back. So I was I'm not sure how solid my setup was, but let's not worry about that for now. This is the part that I was really, one of my entry indicators, or on my entry checklist, it says to check for big sellers on the ask. So I saw big sellers on the ask, but I took the trade anyway. So let's see. One of the questions that came up was, what does big sellers on the ask mean? Right? I've been wondering this for a long time, and I thought, well, with experience, I'll figure it out. But today forced me to really nail down some metrics. And one of my viewers said that they want that if the seller is more than 0.2% of the float, that's considered a big seller. Okay, so that's one metric. And then another metric that I found online was that if the seller, the size of the sale on the ask is 5 times the size of surrounding orders, that can also be a big seller. So let's take a look at my live stream and see what was happening at that time. Okay, so this is right before you can see the flat top forming. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Wait a minute. Okay. I don't know if you can hear my voice on the live stream, but this is when I start noticing that there are big sellers on the ask. Okay, so let's see it. I'm kind of blocking. Oh. Oh, 73,000. Okay, so this one for 73,000. So if we use the 5 times rule, if the seller is 5 times the orders around it, then this would be considered a big seller on the ask, right? Because let's see, trying to do quick math here, but 75,000, 20% of this 15,000. So yeah, this would be considered a pretty big seller. 67. Well, it's not quite 5 times, but it's 5 times this. So after watching my live stream back again, and if you go to my live stream video, I've time-stamped all my trades, okay? After going back through it, I do think that I shouldn't have taken the trade. Now, seeing big sellers in the ask, again, is not something that should completely prevent me from taking the trade. But in this case, it would have been prudent not to take this trade. You know? And it wouldn't have actually prevented me from having a red day because I still would have had a red day because my second and third trades weren't more than my first trade. However, this contributed to my red day. Okay. Now, I got in anyway. Okay. And you can see here that I was in for about 2 candles. Okay. I saw some price hesitation. I tried to get out at break even. And of course, that wasn't possible, right? So I said, okay. Then it hit the 90. I gave it a chance to work. It wasn't hitting my stop yet. My stop was 10 cents a share. So we weren't even close to my stop yet, right? I was kind of hoping it would go back up to break even. It didn't. And when it hit the 9 EMA, I got out. So I hit sell on the bid. All right. So I gave it a chance. It didn't work. Negative $4.37. Okay. So the two big lessons from today that I take away is that the exit indicators are the key to having better stops and better profit ratios, because my not following my exit indicator rule on my second trade cost me a lot of money. I left a lot of money on the table, and I would have been green if I had let my winner run. Okay. My second mistake, I made a mistake before I even got in the trade. I didn't have a solid metric. It's not that I missed it. I saw it. I saw the big sellers. So that's good. That's progress. But I didn't have a solid metric for defining what is a big seller. Now I do. So I'm going to add that to my trading plan. So those are the two lessons for today, guys. I'm going to be doing my recap over on Substack for my weekly goal, which is working on my stops. And then I am going to be over the weekend looking at my last 30 days of data to determine what my next week's goal is. I suspect it's going to be fixing my stops or letting my winners run. I feel like this is gonna keep being the theme until I get it right. Okay. Because honestly, I'm doing much better at managing risk. I think that my going forward, it's about to flip, and I think it's going to be letting my winners run. That's going to be the big thing that's going to be holding me back from scaling up to 150 shares. So anyway, have a wonderful weekend, you guys. And I will be posting some content over the weekend on Saturday and Sunday. And I will see you on Monday, 7 a.m. for trading. And I'll see you then. Trade smart.